IQ has no friends, Sledge edges to his hammer, and Wamai thinks that he is an alien. Here are some siege lore that you can find in-game, but it is unhinged. IQ is an overachiever and has always strived to perfection to the point where she obsesses over it. And because of this, she said that no one understands her other than her family and she doesn't have any friends. But from reading her bio, she doesn't really seem to have time for her friends or have time for making friends anyway, because if she's not at work or studying, she's rock climbing or doing something else. Like, bro literally has no free time. Sledge apparently stinks and he edges to his hammer. Now, in Sledge's bio, he actually refers to his hammer as sexy. You do you, I guess, Sledge Hun, but apparently he also smells bad. In the release of Thorn, she is versus Sledge in a training exercise in her cinematic trailer, and in this, at the end, she tells Sledge that he smells and he should consider breath mints in the future. One of my favorite lore facts in the game is that Goyo once tried to rizz up Frost with an apple juice. Now, I believe she declined the apple juice or she wasn't really into the apple juice, and I'm pretty sure Frost is more interested in Cav anyway. I just find Goyo so adorable that he tried to share this apple juice with Frost. I just find it really cute. From reading Wamai's lore, I am certain that he thinks, legitimately believes that he is an alien. Wamai holds many records for freediving and he's always been good at it ever since he was younger. He's able to do a lot of things that people from quote unquote where he's from can't do. And that he's not from around here is very, very suggestive that he doesn't mean where he's from on planet Earth, but more he feels like he is not from planet Earth. I find this part of his lore so random. His bio also mentions that he's super intelligent, but also quite aloof. Twitch is apparently a bit of a stalker. So in Twitch's bio, she describes that one of her favorite things to do is to sit somewhere random, like a cafe or a park bench, and just watch people. Like, it's so creepy. How it's worded is so creepy. I mean, even without the weird wording, I personally find it a bit weird if you go somewhere just to people watch, but each to their own. I understand that some people might like to do that, but if I was out in public and I saw somebody just staring at me and watching like my every movement, I would be like, what are you doing? Like, this is weird, please stop. But yeah, apparently in Twitch's free time, her favorite thing to do is just go and watch people. It's very stalkerish. Now, it is very possible that Alibi and Maestro had an affair. In their bios, it heavily suggests that their relationship is a lot more intimate than people realize. Also, hilarious aim on the screen there by me. But the interesting thing about this information is that Maestro is married with a family and an operator goes and spends family dinner with them. I can't remember exactly who it is. I think it could be Sledge or Blackbeard. I think it might be Sledge, but I'll double check that for another video for another time. So were they intimate before Maestro was married with children, or did they have an affair? For the sake of the lore being unhinged, I am convinced that it was an affair because I love taking Siege lore and making it unhinged. Did you know that Amaru is Goyo's dad? When Goyo was younger, there was a blast that unfortunately took the life of his dad, and it's also what gave Goyo the scar on his face. Now, Amaru was friends with Goyo's mum and ended up taking the father role that Goyo lost when his dad passed away. I find this a very wholesome but also a very interesting part of the lore of Goyo, and the fact that instead of taking up like two different motherly figures or two mother roles, that Amaru, it explicitly says that she took up the role of a dad. I guess Amaru just has that big dick energy, which would make sense because when I see somebody Amaru into sight, I'm like, yeah, they have to have BDE because that or they are not feeling okay. Jackal is an insomniac, and the reason for his insomnia is because his brother was murdered when he was also younger. Then Jackal joined the police force because his brother's murder was never solved. So he joined the police force to try and solve his brother's unsolved murder. But the fact that it is unsolved keeps Jackal up at night, and he has developed insomnia. Ash and Castle sit up and watch anime together. Castle is also considered one of the Castle is also considered one of the nicest ops and often will diffuse hostile situations between other operators. His niceness also extends to animals. Castle likes to adopt/rescue dogs. He has one called Maxwell. Unfortunately, Maxwell passed away during Castle's lifetime, but there is a charm in the game dedicated to Castle's late dog. To finish off with, I will finish with one of my favorites. Thunderbird once fisted a bear. Yes, you heard me correctly, and this isn't even that twisted. Once, Thunderbird had to fist fight a bear to save Nomad. This is when Nomad's helicopter crashed, and when we were first introduced to Thunderbird in her cinematic, she once had to fist fight a bear as she had nothing but her fists and a flare to try and protect Nomad. Luckily, she was successful, but Nomad did lose her fingers in the process as she got frostbite on her fingers. Over the next coming days, I will make another Easter egg video about Easter eggs you can find on skins in the game, and one of them will be Nomad and the fact that she's missing her fingers. But I hope you enjoyed this unhinged lore video. Let me know if you would like to see more of these unhinged lore videos, or if you'd like more serious lore videos. YouTube is very new to me. I'm trying to grind it and grow it a lot this year, but I'm curious on how people feel about certain videos. So if you did enjoy this one, let me know. If you didn't, let me know what you'd like to see instead. But I hope you all have an amazing evening, and I will catch you on the next one. Cue the Alibi outro.